When talking to referral sources, attorneys should consider talking in fact patterns. Hi everyone, I'm Wayne Pollack. I'm an attorney who helps other attorneys engage the audiences that are vital to their firm's success, including their clients, their referral sources, their employees, and the media. In this video, talking in a language your referral sources can understand. If you've watched any of my videos, you've read any of my blog posts, you know I am bullish on thought leadership marketing and content marketing for lawyers and law firms. And many of the lawyers and law firms that engage in thought leadership marketing and content marketing often have that directed toward their current, prospective, and past clients. Now that's all well and good, but most law firms and lawyers get a fair amount of business from referrals. So they're missing a big opportunity when they do not direct their content marketing and thought leadership marketing efforts toward referral sources. But it's easy to talk about the kinds of cases that you work on to a referral source when you are a PI attorney or a criminal defense attorney or a trust and estate attorney. But what happens when you're an attorney with a little bit more of a niche area of law that you practice, or an area of law that isn't well understood by even lawyers? So for example, consumer rights lawyers, insurance lawyers who focus on a niche, perhaps transportation and maritime lawyers. These lawyers have practices that, while we might understand the umbrella term and the areas of law they might kind of control, we're not going to be familiar with everyday applications like we would a PI attorney or a criminal defense attorney. If you have one of these practices and you want to convey to your referral sources and prospective referral sources the kinds of work that you handle and the kinds of work they should send to you, you should be talking in fact patterns. Now, that sounds a little crazy, right? But what you want to do is avoid talking about XYZ statute or, oh, this is clearly an XYZ law type of cause of action. Your attorneys that you work with and who may send you business or who you want to send you business are not going to understand that kind of detail about your practice because they understand their practice and maybe some broad points of other practices. So if you talk in fact patterns, you suddenly shift the focus to shift the focus away from the cause of action and toward the facts that these lawyers should look for in clients that call them and contact them, because those are how you'll have your referring attorneys spot the types of cases they can send to you. So for example, let's say you're a consumer rights attorney and you focus on Fair Credit Reporting Act cases where you have causes of action arise when a credit reporting agency does not properly handle a false credit report that it produced for a consumer. Well, if you talk in your materials to other referring attorneys about FCRA cases and you talk about causes of action under FCRA and various provisions of the law, you're going to just lose your referral sources. They're not going to care. They're not going to be able to follow along. But if you say the kinds of cases that we handle are these, where you have someone with false credit report that doesn't have the right information, or they had an employment check that had bad information, or a criminal background check that had bad information. Now suddenly you are talking in fact patterns. You are talking in the kinds of frameworks that these attorneys who might refer you business, will see when they talk to prospective clients of theirs or current clients of theirs. If you're an insurance, specialized insurance attorney, if you're a transportation and maritime attorney, if you have any kind of niche area of law that isn't evidence to other attorneys, the kinds of work that you do and the kinds of cases that you handle, talk in fact patterns. You can do this in your email blasts to your referral sources. You can do this when you are emailing them or talking to them on the phone, just as part of your networking effort. If you're writing articles about your practice and you're targeting legal industry trade publications, including bar association publications and local daily legal newspapers, these are all opportunities for you to talk about fact patterns and make it clear to your referral sources the kind of work that you do, but through the lens of the kinds of facts that they would see, their clients have, that they can then send to you. If you talk in causes of action, it's not going to resonate with referring attorneys, and they're going to ignore it and not be able to understand the connection between those causes of action and the actual factual situations that their clients might be in that give rise to the kinds of law you practice. If you would like more information about how to create this kind of content, check out lawfirmeditorialservice.com. We have plenty of blog posts and videos that can help you do just that.